So when I do my prep to finish, it's fairly easy. It's a sanding band. I'm going to remove this paper towel here. I will sand down the nails. Get around the corners, get all the dry skin around the corners here. It kind of pushes the cuticles back also. I don't really clip the cuticles unless there's really excess amount. I just go through really quick. See that? Go around the cuticle area, it pushes the cuticle back and it cleans out any cuticle I needed. And these corners are important right here. I'm not gonna use my clear stiletto nails. I'm gonna use a nice, because she's not gonna do them too long. How long do you want them?
Medium.
Medium. So we're gonna do a nice taper coffin set with my natural tips. It's gonna be one solid color with an LV design cell. You can see it's fairly quick. It takes me like probably less than a few minutes to do this prep process here before I put the tips on. I don't trim cuticles or push unless the client needs it. Most of my clients don't need it because a lot of times your clients already have their cuticles being worked on consistently anyway, so they don't have time for the cuticle to grow in. You see that? I'm just gonna push it back. And I've been using wave powder today. Hello, Jennifer. You're not busy today? Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed the set I did earlier. Really fun set. Came up with a new design. And dust off any excess. And I've been using my natural taper tips. Tips are very easy to apply. It gives you a little bit of a guideline also to how to put the tips on. A little bit thinner right here at the edge of the tip. You have to place the tip down and it'll let you know how much tip you should glue up. I don't use a lot of glue, just that amount of glue right there. A small dab. These tips will do the rest of the work for me. There you go. It's a nice natural slight curve. And these tips are now available. They're tapered, but they can be filed in to make a nice coffin. The slight curve is actually very nice. Oop, I had too much glue on there, but I'm gonna hold on a little bit longer. So put as minimal glue as possible. The more glue you put on does not mean that it's gonna be quicker. It means that it's gonna take longer for the glue to dry out. So be careful with that, okay? A lot of times you guys are putting too much glue, that's why your tip's not able to stay on. Just small dab of glue. This one's a little bit crooked, her finger, so I'm gonna make a slight adjustment on the side there. Make sure that all the nails come together nice and even like that. See that? Now every nail I'm gonna do it nice one direction. I start out with the straightest nail. 1, 2, 3. And I can reposition the hand. See, they're all going the same similar direction. That's what I'm looking for. You see here, this one is the one that's crooked, right? See that? These are actually one of my favorite tips to use. I had them made this tip this way, just not too much curve, nice and durable, and also easy to apply the tip because it's thinner here in this area. Yes, these are my tips, yes. Took took me a while to design these tips. You guys see that? Taper, but also can be coffin. Right here, it's lighter so that you know how much to put the nail up. Also, it's thinner so that the glue can bond easier. So you don't have to worry about it being too thick so it doesn't bounce back up. See? It won't bounce back up because there's no thickness there. Sometimes if the tip is one thickness, it'll bounce back up because of the curve. So I took time to make sure that I designed these tips perfectly. Cost me a little bit more, but hey, at the end of the day, I want to make sure you guys are using the best product. See? See where it's light? Means that I put it there. That's how much. You should not be applying the tip up any higher than that. And honestly, I don't even use the whole thing. I use probably about half of it, a little bit more than half. I never go past that little guideline that the tip gives me. This one, I'm probably gonna reposition a little bit to the left. Be sure everything goes that direction, one direction. So I just adjusted just a little bit, not too much where it's gonna look really weird, but enough for it to be very nice and tapered together. The hand, when I want to take pictures, I put the hands together, it'll look nice and straight. Not every client's hand is perfect, but we can try, right? And there you go, prepping the tip. It takes me about less than 10 minutes, sometimes even faster. Nothing really special about it. Ooh, you see how it bounced up? Get a new tip there. That's what happens when the tip is too curved. It'll bounce back out like that if the glue hasn't dried it up on it yet. So you gotta make sure you hold it down. Even my tips, even with a slight thinness of, oh, sorry. Once that happens, you gotta really rebase the glue. That old glue that it bounced off from is not gonna work the same way anymore. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. So that glue has probably been used, so it won't work the same way. I could probably use a wider tip for this to make sure it's not as curved based on the nail bed, but this should be fine. See? And this is my natural tips, and it comes in clear for those that like encapsulation. And that's it. That's how I prep and put tips on. A lot of you guys have asked me about that, and there it is. There she is. So I'm going to clip this down a little bit. This is the full tip length. I'm on about a medium to medium long. You see how now it's a nice taper. Now you have a taper. The curve is less, but it still has that nice natural curve. I always clip the pinky last because the pinky is going to be smaller, so I'll make sure that's going to be relatively the same length. So it's a little bit longer than the other one. So I measure cuticle to cuticle. So now see if the pinky and this finger are the same. Now I got to measure these to make them all the same. Perfecto. Once this hand's the same, I know exactly to clip this really long. Then I know I'm gonna eyeball it, so I know it's gonna be longer than the other hand for sure, right? So I can go back through and match these tips together. So I don't have to go back through and shorten the other side because I went too far down on this one. The tips are very, very, very nice and durable. That's why you're gonna use a nice straight edge scissor. I have this durable so when you file it doesn't bounce. Let's say you want to file this to be more confident, it won't be too flimsy where it's gonna bend and bounce on you. That's why I had these tips designed this way. There's a means to an end of how I do things. See that? Easier for me to go down than to add more length, okay? Now, if you want more surface area, since this is very thin, you can lightly drill and it comes off very easy. Now you have more surface area because we're applying acrylic after this, so we don't need this tip anymore. is already on. You've already shaped it. I remove as much as I can because now I have more surface area for what the acrylic to bond. And since the tip is very thin right here, it actually comes off a lot easier than if you have to file off a whole full well like that. Yeah, see? This is why my products are so good, because I designed it to make your job a lot easier. Even from the tip. And you can remove any excess glue if you have it. I just don't have a lot of excess glue because I don't use a lot of glue. Just a little bit dab. And this tip in a day or two is going to grow out, so it doesn't no longer have any purpose on the nail bed. So we don't need a lot of it, okay? If you have too much of it, the glue is going to come loose and you're going to have compromised your nail bed. And there we go. This is when I usually turn on my live and start. So that's probably about just maybe less than 10 minutes, I want to say. I'm just going to get some good old primer. It's supply store-bought primer. See that more of the primer is going to be on the nail bed instead of the tip. Okay, so now we get started. That's what everybody's been asking for. What speed do you prep at? 4 or 5. 4 or 5 speed is good. And if you guys could share for me real quick, in case anybody doesn't miss it, share the live to your local nail group or whatever, your Facebook. Maybe a lot of nail techs following you can see it and enjoy. I would be using the new 89. It's a Peachy by Wave Gel. And I'm going to use my 16 brush again. For the cuticle area. This powder is very buttery. You have to wait for it and work with it. Let me blend it in. I have me a nice, consistent. Remember, we use the natural tips. So what that means is that there's gonna a light curve already on the nail, based on the natural tip and her natural apex. Shape the powder a little bit. And you can get these on wavegel.shop.com. Promo code NailDad. Don't forget to use your promo code to save you some money. Get that nice and flush there. See that? Nice structure. Medium length nail. We have coming off the apex. Apex here, natural apex, natural curve. This is how nice this is compared to a straight tip. So I really, whenever I do this length, I love using my natural tips. Cause look at that. There you go, just like that. And we do it, repeat. Now wait until the powder is ready for me to move it. I don't move it just because I want to. Move it when it's the right time, so I can get a nice, see my brush is able to control with the bead. Had a little bit too much on here, but that's okay. Pinch off any excess. Same. 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 You cannot go wrong with that. A little bit too much, but I'm not gonna waste it. Ooh, I should have put this on the thumb. Work my powder when it's ready. A little bit of waste here. I have to really, because this is I'm so used to using chisel, but chisels has a little bit different consistency. So I really gotta change my ratio and how long I leave my brush in there. A little bit of bubble in there, so I'm gonna just pop it and I'm gonna smooth it back in. Because I have such a big bead, that's why I had to form a bubble there. So easy. I'm just gonna, since I mashed that one, I'm gonna put a little bit of powder here and cover it up. It should be fine. A little bit of crater there. And I shape my nail. And boom, same. You see I don't have a noticeable apex, but you see it sloping from the cuticle area out here, because it's a natural curve. This tip has a natural curve to it, see that? This is the apex right here, the natural curve. If I do my application properly, the curve will come out more. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up a smaller bead this time, okay? There you go, see, this is that. I just made a little bit of an adjustment with my ratio. So now I won't have as much waste, okay? I'm gonna use full use of this bead here. Wait for it to dry a little bit before I move it.
Nó đi theo mẹ nó chứ ai đâu có mấy. Thế ai làm đi.
See, I'm forming the powder in, getting my shape. It's important. Actually, this one I could definitely do a little bit more apex here. So I'm gonna put a little bit more powder here, because I wasted a lot of some of that powder there. Always check your side view of your nails. Leave the powder here a little bit. Blend it upward. As it dries, I'll slowly work the powder. Smooth it in where the apex area is. And I want to drive the powder through the nail I'm gonna leave most of the powder there where the apex area is. See that? It's gonna wanna go, but I'm gonna leave it once I push it back. And I'm able to build myself. There you go. So you guys know my applications usually process less than about few minutes, less than 25 minutes when I'm finished my application. This is a thumbnail, so of course I can get a bigger bead. Just like that. Let's see. And one hand down. I love this color. Wow, so pretty. Why so much marmer skin? I don't know. Sometimes marmer gets on the skin. I haven't used a big brush. This powder is wet. Tip it in. I would love to see someone do nails without getting any monomer into the cuticle area. Same process. Pat this in. This part right here, I'm gonna tap in. This powder is very buttery, so I do have some time to work with it. Clean on the cuticle area. There you go. Do I do ambassadors for my brand? No, I don't, unfortunately. I have a team, though, that works with me. I have companies that sponsor me and they, for my classes and stuff like that. Same step. Ideally, you want to finish your application process under 30 minutes. That's the goal. Tap on the cuticle area, flush the acrylic in. It means that later I have to do less work when I do my cuticle work. As long as I flush it in right now, I'm able to drag the powder through. Nice and even. Actually, I don't really like the ambassadorship program. I mean, like, you're not really getting paid. It's like a promo code. Like the promo code that the company gives me, I don't even collect that. They just give it to people so they can actually save some money. 10% is nothing. I tell the company, just keep it. Just give me codes so people can buy and save money. That's it. I can afford to buy my own acrylic. Same process every time. You get the same consistency every time. Okay, guys? Do you normally get a runny nose when doing nails? Not really. If you have a runny nose, you may have an allergic reaction, or you maybe have a reaction to the chemicals. You guys realize being an ambassador is really not as hyped out as it's supposed to be. I like the programs and you get to be part of a team. But if you're a team of like 100, 1,000 people, you really don't get noticed. And then you get the code when people buy it. They buy $10 worth of stuff, you get $1. They buy $100 worth of stuff, you get $10. But you have to do all that work. Nah. For my team, I pay them for their work. If I ask them to do something, I'll pay them money for their time. The product should be free, of course. That's a normal. Some ambassadors have to actually buy their own stuff. That's crazy to think about it. I had companies that reach out to me, hey, you know, be our ambassador. We'll give you a 20% code. You can buy our stuff, use it, promote it. I'm like, why the hell would I buy the product, promote it for you guys? I wouldn't even do it if you give it to me for free. Like my time, the time it takes me to post, edit, do videos, all that stuff, that's a lot of time. Ain't nobody got time for all that. And get 10% code. And have to buy the products you're using to help promote them. Sounds like a shitty deal, to be honest with you. I'm a realist, y'all. I'm sorry. I know I might end up broken some dreams with my talks about ambassadorships, but it is how it is. Because a lot of nail techs, you guys don't realize that your time is what's worth the money, not the set. The time for you to post the pictures, to do the set, to use the product. That's your money right there, your time. And when eventually a lot of you nail techs are gonna get to the phase where your time is gonna be worth more than your set. You're not charging based on a full set, you're charging based on your time you spent doing something. Someone wants me to do something, it takes up my time, that's my income right there. Hey, what's up, Vina? Whip gel nè. Đập đã luôn. You guys want to welcome Vina? She's my team. We teach together. Amazing nail tech. You're going to see her start doing live soon on here on Sundays. I don't know what she's going to be doing, but it's going to be nail related, so excited. She's a master artist. I told you guys this page is not just gonna be me. Eventually I have my whole team gonna be on here. Giving you guys product demos and free information. Hopefully in the future all day long. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Ain't it though? The structure, the smoothness from the cuticle to the apex, to the base, sidewalls, no acrylic underneath. It's enough to make a grown man cry. And there we go. Now we just gotta check our brush. If we have a nice brush like a nail dad brush, shouldn't be any acrylic stuck in it. If there is, just clean it a little bit while it's still wet. Feather through. Boom. Shape your brush back up how you want it. This is how I like my brush. And it's gonna store it, it's gonna dry like that. So once again, this is the Wave Gel's new formula product. 68, very nice, peachy. Peachy. So, anybody got the time on that? That should be less than 25 minutes on that one. So I'm gonna use my 100 grit filer. I don't really have to do a lot of shaping. Shape should be there for me. And it's gonna go through and just finesse the shape real quick. Making it more crisp, that's about it. I'm doing a nice taper. You never had taper before, huh? Very nice shape. That's taper. Very nice petite. square. Took me about less than 20-30 seconds. 31 minutes including prep. Okay, that's not bad. So application process probably less than 20 minutes. Go through, shape the nail how I like it. Look at that shape. Yep, I said it. This is a new wave acrylic. Ooh, it's so nice, guys. I'm gonna be working a lot with wave in the next couple of months. You guys are gonna see a lot more wave stuff. Remember, promo code NailDad, wavegelshop.com. I'm gonna actually put that in my comments so you get in the future. Remember, this is the one I had to make that slight adjustment because the finger's crooked. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna file it accordingly. Love that color, I know. Yep, the brand is Wave Gel, WG. See that? The shape is already there from our application. The tips is so nice. Oh my God, these tips are so nice, guys. Look how crisp the shape is. I'm telling you guys, less than 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes. You can rewatch, Kira. You can rewatch the video, I save it. So you can rewatch it when I save it. I slightly just move the tip a little bit to make sure that all the fingers go in one direction. Yep, these are my new tips. Hey, Precious, long time no see. Hey, Precious, these are the ones that you've been asking about. I revamped them, the natural tips. The natural taper tips. You're gonna love them. How you been, Precious? I love seeing my previous students up in here sometimes. See, I don't really shape that much. I just go through and... We should do a Sailor Moon set next time.
Can you freestyle on that?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that.
We'll do a Sailor Moon set next time. We'll do it a little bit longer. Yeah.
I love her.
I'll put her on your nails. My wife loves Sailor Moon too, so I might as well do one.
Yes, let's do it.
Have that wallet ready.
I'm gonna have it ready.
Have that wallet ready. Ain't gonna be cheap.
Let's do the 25th of June.
25th.
June.
At the DME. I'm gonna see. I think I may be okay. I'll be back from my class in Denver by then, and I don't start class again until July 5th and 6th.
We can do the 26th of Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
Oh my God, what did you think of that?
You gotta soak off though.
Yeah. Okay, so.
But I don't ship internationally, unfortunately, because that stuff gets lost. Y'all, the shape is like a grown man can cry, man. Like, I love these tips. That's why I prefer these over my stiletto sometimes when I do medium sets like this. It's just the shape that it gives you. Like, Lord. So I'm gonna go through with my cuticle bit again. This is my custom fine sharp. Just gonna do the cuticle area. The nails curve down like this is because it's my natural tips. Jenny Rojas, these tips are designed for them to have a slight curve. So it takes on a slight curvature of the natural nails too. And as I do application, as long as I do my application nice and even, the nails can have that slight curve. And you see that? Ooh, look. Guys, let's look at the side profile for a second and appreciate the one bead application with the apex. All thanks to the tips. Clean up the cuticle area. Flush it down. I know dang well my application is smooth, so I ain't about to drill too hard in this. I'm doing very light pressure to be able to just smooth out the surface. Light pressure. I'm not gonna put any deep pressure into it because the last thing I wanna do is drill into it and have it go, if it goes skirt, I'm dead. I'm dead. If this drill goes skirt, skirt, done. It's like that sound right there. See that? Very light pressure. Smoothing out corners and edges. And with that, I'm done. Nice and smooth. Shape still there. On straight tip, do you do one bead or two bead for apex? I can do one bead apex, but I prefer to do two beads. It's easier for me to control. One bead is really hard to do apex unless you really have the knowledge. I've done it before. I've shown it here, but definitely it takes a lot more attention and time. Two beads is more practical for me to build the base and then also the cuticle bead with the apex. I do one bead on these slightly curved nails because I know that it's easier for me to build the apex because of the nail itself. Has a nice curvature. So as long as I do even application, I won't have to worry about building apex so much. But you're only building big apex when you're doing really, really long nails. These medium nails, as long as you have a natural apex like that, it's come out. You know? Look at that. Just nice, smooth. You see that? I'm just running over smooth because my application is so smooth. Light pressure. I won't eat into the nail. Give myself nice, even surface. Just like that. Curved around here, clean around there. Because remember, straight tips don't give you that nice curvature, so you have to build the apex. It's a little bit harder. But some straight tips are, for certain designs or certain length, you need it. If actually my natural tips, if you did a whole full tip, it actually is really nice. You don't have to worry about it actually curving too much. I limit the amount that my tips curve. Like I said, these tips are custom. They're made this way. Oops. I'm actually really satisfied with this company. They made the tips exactly the way I wanted them to. I made the adjustments from my last time I had my taper tips, and they made the perfect adjustment for me. Cuticle work. Oops, sorry.
Okay.
I got caught. My glove. Light pressure. Just like that. Hello, Kareen. How are you? I'm going full time, looking to speed up. It takes me 2 hours, except for shorties. My prep's like 30 minutes. Your prep should be cut down to at least 10 to 15. 30 minutes is a little bit too long for prepping. So you can probably save some time there. It took me 31 minutes for application and prepping added together. So applications where you're gonna be able to cut down your time the most. Is nail prep and prime necessary? Yes, it is. It is. Very necessary. You have to nail prep. That helps you with the bonding, okay? It is necessary. You can't just put the tips on and put on acrylic on, okay? I got the color from the kit Atlanta class. Yes, you did. This is from the Atlanta class. I grabbed this from the Atlanta class kit. Yes, you have this color. Jasmine. Straight to the point. I have this color. Yes, I'm using from the student kit. That's funny. She said, I got this from the Atlanta class. Yes, you did. You sure did. Shape still there, nice and crisp. Boom. One hand down. This is so therapeutic. All right. You see, I kind of draw a little bit of that cuticle. I'm gonna go, actually, the next finger, I'm gonna zoom in, really zoom for you guys. So I hope you guys can enjoy the ASMR of it. That very lightly. I use my 5-in-1 to go over the surface to smooth out, okay? My surface are already smooth. But I'm just gonna go through just, you know, because I'm doing the cuticle area. I wanna blend in, blend in. Okay, here we go. You guys see red, don't scream, okay? Close your eyes. Just look at her cuticles, okay? Close your eyes if you see red, okay? That's flushing the cuticles right there. Smooth out the surface. Blend the cuticle forward. You don't want to leave just a little bulge right here, okay? You want to blend it out a little bit, slightly, so it has a nice slope effect. Because this is what you want to see when you're done with your cuticle work, okay? You want to see it not bulge right there. You want to see a nice growth, like growing from the cuticle. Even that has a little bit of bump there I don't like. I'm just going to go through and just blend down the bump a little bit more. Don't blend on too much. You have to see the transition from cuticle to apex to base of the nail. Okay, I want to blend the bump just a little bit more. Ah. Just like that. I'm about to finish up here. You want to do the LV design, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're doing. Mm-hmm.
One finger in each hand.
Yeah, just one finger.
Do some freehand LV designs with my gel art paint. We'll call it a day. Nice set, structure set. Nice simple design. Oop. Clean up underneath. And my last two fingers here, buff, design, matte top coat, we're done. Next time we do Sailor Moon. I don't know if I can live that one. That one might take me at least 2 hours to do.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe if I prepare for it, I won't run into any issues. Have all the design ready and practice the design first.
Oh, yeah, okay. Into this freestyle.
So I'm gonna do portrait art. So, ugh. A lot of times you guys are not blending this cuticle area. There's like a little bump right here. I don't like that. Don't leave a little bump right here in this area, okay? Blend it down. Once you clean in the cuticle area, blend it outward, okay? And there we go. And we're onto the thumb. And there we go. Shouldn't be any excess acrylic under there, see? We did our application proper. Done. I'm gonna go through and just check the tip of my paper real quick. Just a little bit, not too much, crisp it up. So that should have taken me about maybe less than 40 minutes. And I'm gonna give it a nice buff. With the buffing glass underneath. So I always buff like this. Make sure that there's no ridges or sharp edges that don't get caught on there. Leggings, clothes, hair, face. Sometimes the slightly curved ones, the curve of the tips will get jagged if you filed it wrong. All right, wash your hands. Quick and painless. So I'm gonna do LV design. I'm gonna use my black gel art paint. So we have the tips. Possibly Orlando class. I'll probably have it because I don't have to travel, so I'll have it. Marisol, remind me, please. Remind me. WebGel 68. That's what's up, Jasmine Perry. WebGel 68. So with this, I'm probably gonna use my shorter brush. Detailer. I'm gonna use my liner, but I'm gonna use the shorter end of my liner. So my liner brush comes with a 20 milliliter, that's a long one. Also comes with a nice 10, okay? Whenever you get these brushes, you make sure to break that sealant out. Nice and soft. See how it fluffs out now? You have to go right into the gel polish right after that. Let me see that picture again. So I'm actually gonna put a nice matte top coat on. Give myself a nice smooth surface. Those are stickers, god damn it.
Oh, they're stickers?
It's fine, but I can do it freehand.
Oh, yeah. We can do like one or two.
No, I'm doing,
Do all of them?
yeah, I'm doing some.
Okay.
My matte top coat is actually really, really good. Gives it a nice velvety texture. Very thin. This gives me a nice smooth surface so I can do my art, make it more intricate. How do you break in what? How do you break in a new liner brush? That's how I did it right there. That's how I break it in. When you ever get these brushes, they come with a sealant. See, I'm not gonna do it to this one because I haven't used it yet, but it's a sealant. See, it's stiff. To break it in, you just gotta fluff it a little bit and it becomes fluffy. But you gotta make sure you start using it right away or it's gonna poof out. Not all liner brushes are made the same. This is my black gel. So now that it's absorbed the gel, it's all you need. See that? The quality liner brush, this brush is made of the same material as my Kolinsky brush. a little bit too thick there in the bottom there. I like to freehand this stuff. Gives me good practice. Yeah, I could already pop out a sticker real quick, but I feel like freehanding gives you a little bit more artistic ability. Well, it's never gonna be as perfect as a sticker, but client will appreciate you a little bit more. Taking the time out.
Yeah, you know, ever since you opened, you never use stickers on my nails.
I know.
That's so true.
Anytime I get a chance to do anything freehand out, it's good practice for me.
That's true.
Keeps my hands steady. Not bad.
It's cute.
See, this is all the paint you need. My gel art paint is very thick. It's very pigmented. That's all you need. Oops, sorry. Practice doing LVs and all those Gucci stickers and stuff. All this is a good way to practice your line work, guys. Be able to get your hand nice and steady for the future. Can you see the picture? I think this one is. Okay, yeah, it's easy. This would be a good time for my detailer brush, but I'm too lazy. The only reason why I do freehand is just it gives me time to practice. The only time for me to practice is when I'm working on clients. So I have to take full advantage of that to do my freehand. Even if it's not perfect, I'll know what I have to do next time to make it better. So yes, it's okay to make mistakes when you're practicing freehand. But I get better and better over time. Happy with that. Seems tedious, huh, guys? Put a sticker on there already, nailed that. Called it a day. I'm like, yeah, I know. I can, but I'm having fun. like to make you guys hold your breath a little bit. Honestly, at the end of the day, freehand art, you really gotta enjoy it. You do enjoy the meticulous, the time it takes to do all this stuff. Yeah, I did that freehand. Or I can slap a sticker on there. How long it took me to do an ombre set? Actually, ombre sets are actually the fastest for me to do. It takes me maybe 40 minutes, 30 minutes to do an ombre set. It's so easy, ombre sets. No problem with ombre sets are the most easiest to do. If I don't do it live, ombre sets will take me about maybe sometimes 25 minutes. 5-minute prep, application, quick buff. You don't have to polish or anything. You're done. When you're done, you're done. But that's because ombre is my specialty. I pride myself in my ombre techniques. Actually, I'm doing pretty well with this freehand, to be honest. I haven't done it in a while, you know? I thought it was going to be rusty. It's going to look like butt, but I think it looks pretty damn good. Honestly. I cannot really complain. I really thought I was going to be booty and just embarrass myself, but I did that. That was a little, like it's like swinging one side. Hindsight, did I cure the LV first? Yes, right? Okay, good. Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. That's why. Oh, thank God. No, it's too skinny. All right, come on, guys, we got this, right? First, you don't succeed. Gotta keep trying. Just trial and error. Everybody's like, no, that took 30 minutes doing a full set, but it'll take another 30 minutes doing LV designs. Yep, it'd be like that sometimes, guys. It'd be like that sometimes. day. I'm happy with that. Ah, no! I smudged this with my hand by accident. This was actually really good. I'm about to see a grown man cry. Okay, I fixed it. Okay. I'm good. Yeah? I'm gonna mat everything. Hello. I just did a freaking 2-finger LV design by freehand. Took me almost 30 minutes when I could just slap some stickers on. That's good practice for me though. Keep my hands steady. Next time I do that design again, I'll be faster and better. But my client's not paying for me to put stickers on them, they're paying for my artistry. Even if I'm not perfect. Nothing wrong with stickers either, guys. Nothing wrong with it, okay? I just don't use it because I like to do everything freehand. I don't even have those stickers. One way to do freehand, make sure you don't have stickers on hand.